Discussion 1. Integrating technology. What evidence did you see and hear by watching Mr. Provenos differentiating instruction through interactive games that supports what has been learned thus far regarding setting, communicating learning objectives, using the gradual release model, giving feedback, and assessment? Regarding the setting, I think the students are in their regular general education classroom. The technology is very close to them and at hand's reach and is easily incorporated into their classroom. The teacher does a really clear job of communicating the learning objective at the beginning of the lesson while they start in a large group setting at the carpet. He introduces the concept and goes through a few basic direct instruction activities with them. This is all part of the gradual release model as he gives them direct instruction in the beginning and walks them through each thing step by step, modeling think alouds, modeling how he would do something. Then he releases them to go to their seats and get their technology and interact with games that reinforce what he just taught in the whole group setting. As far as giving feedback, this gives him an opportunity. The computers will give the immediate feedback to the students by them progressing through the levels or the automated feedback that comes with the games. In addition, he's able to circulate the classroom and has the freedom to give individualized feedback to students as well. Assessment, the use of the computer has its own built-in assessments. So there's assessment tools built into the games and the programs that help the teacher to monitor how the students are going from level to level. It also frees him up to circulate, again, the classroom and do quick skill check assessments with the students as they're interacting with the different games that they're playing. How does he specifically structure his lesson to incorporate technology? How does using technology promote differentiation? He structures his lesson to incorporate technology by starting in whole group without the technology. He introduces the concept. He goes over what they're going to learn. He walks them through concrete examples, and he does large group examples with the students. Then he releases the students to go get their technology and to interact in the various ways that they're going to use the technology, whether it's an iTouch or whether it's the laptop. They interact with different games that give them an opportunity to reinforce what he just taught in the whole group setting. This allows for the best type of differentiation because the computer will automatically set the student to where the student is on their goal. By logging into their account, they know exactly where they stopped the day before and exactly what they need to work on. This gives him a chance to have one student working on some basic skills or some pre-math skills, while another student is working at a much higher level so that they can all be challenged at their individual need levels. What evidence is there of varying levels of cognition? There's lots of evidence with varying levels of cognition, both in his large group that he does at the beginning, where he's asking students to think about a problem that they're going to be solving, and listening to him do a think aloud while they think about what he's saying and what he's thinking about and how they would solve the problem if it was them. When they go to their seats and they're working with their individual games and their individual learning activities, there are all kinds of various styles of cognition based on how they're responding to the games around them and how they can describe to him when he comes around what they've learned from the game and how they would apply that. It gives him an opportunity when he's working in his small groups and using some technology in his small groups to ask those thought-provoking questions that will help the kids move up the Bloom's taxonomy to higher levels of thinking and higher levels of cognition to make sure that they're really understanding the concepts and able to apply them in a very real and useful manner. How do I believe this type of learning environment makes students feel about their capabilities in math and why? I feel like this environment is fantastic for students about their feelings and capabilities and their self-confidence. I think this because the use of using video games is very fun for kids. It's something very real in their lives nowadays, and they're learning at the same time. They find this fun and entertaining, and as they move through the levels of the games, they're excited and they have lots of opportunities to experience success. The immediate feedback of a computer game gives the students that immediate feedback that they need that is almost impossible to do in a whole group setting. Each student gets immediate feedback on exactly what they have answered and what is right and what is wrong. And this is very engaging for the students, and I think that it makes them have lots of opportunities to experience success. Therefore, I think that this type of learning environment helps the kids have much greater self-esteem.